Welcome back guys to the Minecraft Multi-Force. I'm Creative Fox and I'm going to be teaching you how to design your own vehicle in Minecraft. It doesn't exactly even have to be military per se. And this will be a basic guide to anyone who is new to building stuff in Minecraft, or you want to up your game and you have not built like scale models before. But yeah, let's get started. So the first step is choosing which vehicle you want to build. I sort of want to make this Russian Navy Ka-52 alligator. It's like the one shot down in Ukraine. Once you have that, you want to check out their Wikipedia page. They often have a lot of information, also like information about like subvariants, you know, the older one of this with Ka-50 Black Shark. We don't want to build this older one, we want the Ka-52. So another thing you can do is check out the country's language Wikipedia page. It might be different. So right over here you can see it says
Русский.
which is like Russian, and they have a lot more information about their vehicle. You can also download like a Google Translate to change it to English. Then you can all read it unless you speak Russian. Всем привет! We're gonna scroll down, check if they have more information about this. Ka-50 still, but they have a separate page apparently for the Ka-52. Ka-52 here is like a weird livery here, so it's really important to find out the differences between all the different variants, because even though it looks the same, it might be a different model and they have different configurations. But we're definitely going to be building the Russian Navy one, which has like this blue-gray nose. Apparently they have another sub variant over here, is the Ka-52K Katron, so it's not exactly the alligator anymore. Down the page, and here's some technical information. It gives you the dimensions like length, fuselage length, rotor diameter, wingspan, height. You'll need all of this back in Minecraft, and you want to take a sign and you want to write down what variant we're going to be building. Ka-52K Katron. I actually did not know that before filming this video. Alright, so after we've done that, we're going to take a block. This is like a temporary block for basic model. You can just place anything. I like to use colors. I'm not going to be using, so you'll know it's just for dimensions, not the actual build itself. So I got all the dimension information right over here just so you guys can see, but we're not done yet. We actually need to convert this to 1.5:1 scale. Now 1.5:1 scale is the best scale I think for vehicles, especially like this one, unless you're going to make some huge vehicle like this, which is 2.5:1 scale. 1:1 scale, it is kind of too small unless you're making something really huge like a ship or something, but for smaller vehicles I recommend 1.5:1 scale. Basically, we're to take these measurements, make sure it's in metric by the way. We're using 1 block equals 1 meter, that's 1:1 scale, and 1.5:1 scale we're to times it by 1.5, making it 1.5 times bigger, because if you make it just 1:1 scale, it is super small. If you have world edit, you can use the calculator command, which is just calc, and then you write the number, times it by 1.5, and then we get 24. So it's going to be 24 blocks long. 24 like that, and it has the fuselage length. Now this is important because some people think like this length is just talking about the body, but that's not true. This is the length including the rotor blades, which do stick out. You take that into account. Alright, so I'm gonna calculate the fuselage length. It's 21 blocks. 3 blocks less than that, so I don't know. I guess I'll place a block here, place a stone, and this should be 21, and I'm measuring it with world edit. You can see this number here. This is how many blocks are selected, so it's a really good measuring tool. So if you want to measure this, you can see it has 3 blocks long right here. See the 3. So the wingspan is going to be 11 blocks wide, so go to a part in the middle. It says 10.9, so just round that up to 11, and the height is going to be 7.5, so go 7. Since it's 0.5, we can add in slab because that's like slab tall. So next you're going to try to find a diagram of the vehicle. Just search up Ka-52K diagram, save this to your desktop. Alright, so next we're going to go to this website, elife.net/photomeasure.html. I'll leave a link in the description for this, but it's really helpful to come up with dimensions, so you're going to press OK here. And then next step, where to go, you can read this if you want to, but you're going to go over here, open, select the file you want to get from your desktop, or you can drag and drop anywhere on this page. And basically it's got to import it right down here. And if it's like too small, you can also crop it if it doesn't fit. We want to have one measurement that we have already. So that's going to be the length of this, which is like 24. So you go right here, known dimension, and add in 24, and then you can put blocks. But I don't really add that, it's just for the tutorial. So I'm going to measure the length of this. I'm going to draw a line, left click, and you hold it, and you come up with this line. To actually make it straight, you got to hold command or control, and when you get up to this horizontal line, it should like lock on. See right here. And we're just going to go straight across, so the edge should be 24 blocks. And this could help you measure like any part of the aircraft. You don't have to use like a grid system like some people do. And then we're going to measure the height of this, 7.5, it's around a little bit off. And let's see the length of this fuselage. 21 blocks, it's about there, 4 blocks tall. So we're gonna go back into Minecraft. Like this should be how tall the fuselage is, apparently 4 blocks tall like that. So I found another image that seems to be more accurate. Then we're gonna measure the fuselage width now. 2.8, basically 3 blocks. The fuselage, apparently that's 3 blocks wide. And the wheels, it's 4, which kind of goes on like the outer edge. I'm not sure if it actually matters in Minecraft though. So now we're gonna find some reference photos that we want to keep to do some research on the model. So we get like pictures like this. Copy it and then save it to your desktop, or you can save it to our Discord. The Minecraft Military Force and my other Discords, they have a references channel, and this is where you can just store pictures of the things that you build, and you see like a lot of people, they do that right here. Now I'm going to add in some photos of pictures of the build for research. I have this image here that I like from Ukraine where it got shot down, and apparently this one is supposed to be an alligator, not the naval version, which I got confused with. Yeah, I'm going to actually switch this build. We're going to be making just the regular Ka-52. And the dimensions should be the same length, just maybe the equipment is different or the color scheme. And you can also add in videos. That's good to have 360 view. So next we're going to take a look at like the color scheme of this, like what blocks we'll be needing. So there's like a light gray, bluish color, black color, cyan terracotta. This would be a good block for that. And then sort of like this light gray, greenish color. Basically go in game and try to find what color replicates that. So I'm just going to do a guess. Go really early thinking of what it looks like. Base coat of cyan terracotta first. We'll make the fuselage area. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're just making a rough draft so you know where things are basically are. And then I'm going to try to find how tall is this like rotor blade right here. So like 5 blocks. This is about where that rotor blade. I guess we'll just make it like this. Apparently I just cut off the length, so I built this in the wrong place. It should be 3 blocks back. Because remember, the entire length, it does not include the fuselage. There's also rotor blade length, which is 3 blocks here. So we're going to keep that. We'll basically build the basic shape of it. Like this is the part where your creativity comes from. So this angle here is a little bit too fat if you compare it to the model here. So it's kind of skinny. So you want to keep that proportionally. So I'm going to make this skinnier like that. And also in aircraft, you have to be aware, like usually some larger aircraft, the rear wheels are going to be bigger than the front wheels. So if that's the case, make sure they are different. Then we need the cockpit area. So if you look at some Minecraft military force vehicles, you see sometimes the windows are glass, other times they are like a solid color. So it depends on the vehicle what works the best. Oftentimes what we've been using are just solid blocks because they got more accurate shape. You can add stairs and slats. Well, glass is kind of blocky, but it depends on the vehicle. Maybe it does look a little better if you use glass. Looks like that if that looks better. Alright, so the next step is just making the basic model, filling out all these dimensions. Alright, so here's how it looks like after we've been working on it for a while. Took some photos of it. Alright, so the next step is building it in a set. So here is Cactus, Texas, which I used in the Cactus train collision. It just happened to look a lot like Ukraine with like the golden wheat fields and the blue sky and the muddy terrain. So I plopped one over here, and what I do for taking shaders, I actually have Optifine and I downloaded a lot of shaders. The one I use for this is Complementary Shaders version 4.4. And to take good screenshots, you want to hide your hand like that, press F1. And you also want to turn this field of view down, way down. So the object, it takes more of the space. What you don't want to do is just take it normally like this, because look at all this empty space around it. You want to fill it in, make your vehicle as big as possible, and the ideal angle is taking it from the side just like this on an angle. You shouldn't really take pictures like this or like some weird angle. The main picture, at least, you want it like ideally like this or from the side like this. Those two are the best in my opinion. And if it's an aircraft, you can also have them in like flight mode with like different landing gear. You can have different modes of it. So after you do that, I've taken some screenshots and then I posted it on Minecraft Military Force just to see what people think. And here's Thomas saying get the tail straight. So I talked with him a bit in game, and we found out like the tail vertical stabilizer, it's actually a bit too tall here, so I need to make it lower, which I did. Now it looks like this. It should be more natural, like a straighter tail. He's talking about the bottom. And then also Omega right over here, he's like, don't use a 45-degree angle. It's actually supposed to be like 30 degrees or 33 degrees if you think about it, because it's a circle and it's split into thirds, so it's not going to be 45. And I found this cool template online. It shows you all the angles for Minecraft. So since it's a 33 degrees, I decided to do this type of angles like 1, 2, 1, 2. And for the other angles, you can take a look at this if you want. It's actually really helpful. Angled walls for Minecraft builds. The Discord is also good to ask questions about the build. Often people are like more knowledgeable about some things. So I found out the K-52 actually has this gun on one side. The other side does not. And then someone just told me, yeah, it's a gun. It's a 2A42. And also he pointed out some asymmetrical details, like this thing's on one side, while the other side, it does not have it right here. So if you want to get better at building, you should often get like feedback from other people because they would often see things that you don't realize or they have more experience. If you're into doing military builds, check out our Discord. Actually, I own 3 Discords. Check out the Minecraft Military Force. Doing it now. We have 355 online, over 2,000 members. Alright, so you have the build, you showed it to some other people, you made some improvements, and now you're done. So like, what do you do exactly with these pictures now? Well, a good place to post it is on planetminecraft.com. I was actually a site moderator for a while. It's a pretty good website to post builds. I actually post this on my own, the K-52 alligator, and you can write a little description about it. And you can get diamonds or favorites and, EXP from this, and there's sort of like a cool leveling system. Here's my EXP bar at the top. And it's like a nice motivation factor, even though you don't really get anything by EXP, it's just like fun to do. And another place to post builds is on Twitter. I just use this occasionally. Here I got like the Humvee, the Abrams tank, and some old builds. I don't really post that much, but it is really popular in Japan. You can also try Instagram. I barely use this though. And last but not least, you can make your own YouTube channel and make videos about your builds, which is what I do. And I make videos of other people's builds as well. So that's pretty much how you make a Minecraft military build from scratch, from start to finish. And of course, there's a lot of things that I did not go over. It's a lot more complicated than that. You'll learn a lot of things as you progress, but practice makes perfect. If you're starting out, your builds will probably look bad and you'll need a lot of improvement. But if you keep on doing them, listen to other people's feedback. Although negative feedback, it doesn't always feel good. It's good to improve. And you can grow from that and also join a community of people who are doing the same things. So, check out Foxshed. We have a lot of builders. And we also have Foxyard for Bedrock players. Or you can find some other server. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the tutorial. It's a little bit different from the ones I regularly do since it's actually teaching you how to design a build from scratch rather than just copying it block for block. So I hope from this, maybe we can get some more military theme builders out there building some things. If you found this video helpful in any way, I would appreciate it if you hit that like button down below. It is free and helps support the channel, and you can also leave a comment down below. If this video does well, then I might make some more future tutorial videos of other build techniques and more advanced things like making military bases and stuff like that from scratch. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.